1. The illusion of loss. When someone you cared about decides to leave, it can feel like your entire world has shifted. The first thought that comes to mind is often, I wasn't enough. You may replay conversations, moments, and choices in your head trying to understand what went wrong. But here's something important to remember. Loss is not always what it seems. When a person walks away, it doesn't always mean you failed or lacked value. More often it means they've reached a point where they believe they had seen everything you had to offer. Human beings are naturally curious, and relationships thrive on growth, mystery, and new experiences. If someone felt there was nothing more to discover, they may have decided to move on. That decision reflects their perception, not your entire worth. It's easy to compare yourself to the person they may be with now and think they must have something I don't. But that kind of thinking only limits you. Truth is, someone else's choice doesn't define who you are. You don't lose your value just because someone stops seeing it. What feels like loss is often an invitation. It's a chance to evolve into a stronger, wiser, and more complete version of yourself. You are not defined by who stays or who leaves. You are defined by how you respond when life changes. So instead of asking, why did they leave me? Try asking, what can I learn from this experience? That shift in mindset is where real growth begins. The illusion of loss fades when you understand that nothing essential can ever truly be taken from you. What remains is an opportunity to rise, rebuild, and discover new parts of yourself you may not have noticed before. To emotional balance and detachment after a difficult ending, emotions often take over. Thoughts race, sleep becomes difficult, and it can feel like your peace of mind is no longer in your control. You may find yourself checking their social media, replaying conversations, or wondering what you could have done differently. This cycle can make you feel powerless, but the truth is, emotional balance is something you can learn to practice. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring altogether or that feelings disappear overnight. It means learning to create a healthy space between what you feel and how you respond. Emotions are natural. They are signals, not commands. Anger, sadness, or longing may arise, but they don't have to dictate your actions. The moment you recognize that you are not your emotions but the observer of them, you begin to take back control. Emotional balance is about giving yourself permission to feel without letting those feelings overwhelm you. This can be done through reflection, journaling, exercise, or meditation, anything that allows you to release energy in a healthy way. Over time, this creates a steadiness inside you. When you cultivate detachment, you stop relying on another person's presence or absence for your happiness. Instead, you anchor your peace within yourself. This shift doesn't make you cold or unfeeling. It makes you stronger and more grounded. Life will always bring situations that stir emotions, but balance means being steady no matter what happens. By practicing emotional control, you no longer let temporary storms define your direction. You begin to choose responses that reflect clarity rather than impulse. In the end, emotional detachment is not about ignoring your heart. It's about protecting your peace and ensuring that your well-being is never left in the hands of someone else. 3. The power of absence in any relationship. Presence often speaks loudly, but absence can sometimes speak even louder. When someone steps away, whether by choice or circumstance, the space they leave behind has a way of reshaping perspectives. At first, it might feel unsettling, like silence where sound used to be. But over time, absence teaches us lessons that presence sometimes cannot. The power of absence is not about making someone else feel regret or uncertainty. It is about rediscovering yourself in the space that opens up. When you stop giving constant attention or seeking validation, you create room for growth. This doesn't mean ignoring people or withdrawing out of bitterness. Instead, it means recognizing that stepping back can bring clarity and balance both for you and for them. When you choose absence in a healthy way, it allows others to see you differently. It creates space for reflection, curiosity, and respect. More importantly, it gives you time to refocus on your own goals, values, and personal development. Rather than trying to hold on tightly to someone or something, you begin to understand. the importance of letting go. Absence also helps to reveal what truly matters. People who value you will make the effort to reconnect, while others may drift away. Both outcomes are valuable because they bring honesty into your life. You no longer wonder where you stand, you see it clearly. Choosing absence does not mean you stop caring. It simply means you stop forcing. It is a quiet way of saying that your worth doesn't depend on constant attention or validation. Time, this calm distance, strengthens your sense of independence and reminds you that peace often comes not from holding on, but from allowing space to exist. For becoming the best version of yourself, when a relationship ends, it's natural to feel like something important has been taken away. You may feel that your confidence, your sense of direction, or even your joy was tied to the other person. But over time, you begin to realize that no one can truly take away what you build within yourself. This is where the journey of becoming the best version of yourself begins. The first step is shifting the focus from what was lost to what can now be created. Instead of spending energy on questions like, why did this happen? Or what if things had been different? Direct that energy toward your growth. This might mean improving your health, learning new skills, or setting goals that challenge and inspire you. Small, consistent steps in these areas not only rebuild your confidence, but also create a stronger foundation for your future. Becoming the best version of yourself is not about proving anything to others, it's about discovering who you are without outside approval. When you invest in your body, mind, and purpose, you realize that your sense of worth doesn't depend on anyone else's recognition. You start to find fulfillment in your progress, your discipline, and your independence. What often surprises people is that the more you grow, the less you feel the need for external validation. You stop worrying about whether someone notices or approves because your value becomes clear to you. And in that clarity, you find peace. The journey doesn't happen overnight, but with patience and persistence, you evolve into someone stronger, wiser, and more complete. In the end, the best version of yourself isn't defined by the past, it's built by the choices you make every day to keep moving forward.